Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for another video. So in today's video I wanted to go through my predictions and I guess hopes for the Lady and the Tramp update, which should be coming up in a couple of weeks. If we kind of go by pre-existing roadmaps, we tend to get an update the first or second week of February. It's usually kind of around Valentine's, just before or after. So I'm hoping that Lady and the Tramp will drop around then. I feel like it makes a lot of sense for Lady and the Tramp to drop around Valentine's because of the theme. But obviously it is coming up soon. January has gone very, very quick. So we have that to look forward to. I'm very pumped about this update. I think it's going to be a really fun one. Lady and the Tramp are our first dog characters in the game. Obviously we've got lions and things like that, but these are going to be our first dogs that aren't companions. So that's really, really exciting, and I just think the theme of Lady and the Tramp will be really fun. So I kind of wanted to go through, I guess, what I predict for things like their house, their character items, star path, all of that, as well as potential things I'd love to see in the premium shop. Obviously these are all just my guesses and also my hopes, to be honest. I might be getting my hopes up a little bit with my predictions here, but this is what I would love to see if it was up to me. If I could decide what they were going to bring, this would be kind of my thoughts and ideas. So I wanted to kind of ramble them off to you guys, see what you guys thought in the comments, and what you'd like to see in the upcoming update. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to start off with is their house. Now, obviously in the game, you may be aware that obviously in the premium shop, we do have Lady's house as a house skin. When this first came out, a lot of us were like, oh, okay, well, what are we then going to have when she eventually comes to the game? This was obviously a long time ago. It came out quite a while ago, this house skin. It's not new. And obviously, whenever a house skin comes out that's based pretty much pinpoint exactly on a character's house, it does give you that feeling of like, okay, well, what are we going to get? For example, the palace that we can get in the premium shop was one of the first house skins we ever got. It's very, very old, and obviously is more of a classic palace, but obviously a lot of us probably thought that maybe Cinderella would come in a palace like this. So they kind of obviously adapted and changed and given her a different iteration. As well as that, we've had some house skins for characters that haven't even come yet, like for example Lady Tremaine's house from Cinderella. Obviously she's not a big character, so I don't see her coming to the game anytime soon, but I think she will eventually. So again, they'll probably just adapt and change this house. Now, speaking of that, that was what makes me think we're probably going to get another Victorian style house. We do have a couple of Victorian style houses, including Lady's one. So in the premium shop, we also got this gorgeous like blue and white Victorian style house. Again, similar vibe, similar shape, colours, detailing, everything like that. So I feel like the likely chances, or at least my hopes, is that we're going to get another Victorian style house for them. Maybe it might be something a bit more similar to what we had in the live action film. I always forget there's a live action Lady and the Tramp. I watched it a long time ago and I think it's one of those live actions I just always forget exists. But obviously when I was having a little brainstorm about what houses, obviously what kind of house they could have, I thought maybe it'll be more based on the live action one. Obviously they haven't really done this before with many of the houses, but it could always happen. I mean, I wouldn't complain. I think the house in the movie, the live action movie, was really, really nice, a really good adaptation. So I think that'd be really fun, but I would hope for a Victorian style house. That's my hope. I think I would be a little bit stressed if we got them and they were in some sort of like giant dog kennel. I think I might cry. Because I wouldn't know where to put that. It might just end up on a floating island with Vanellope's house, to be honest with you. But my hopes is they're going to go for something quite traditional and very fitting with their characters. As well as that, obviously I hope the interior fits this vibe and we get a bunch of new furniture and wallpapers and things like that to go with it, whether they're in the star path or in the character items or just Scrooges. I'd love to see some Scrooge editions as well. And obviously if these characters do come in a realm, that will again also have its own vibe and its own things. I will be talking about the realm a little bit in a second if it is a realm, but I think it's probably quite likely. But in their house interior, I think it'd be a really, really nice cozy house. It'd be quite nice if it felt quite big in there, so you kind of were going in as if you were the dogs yourself and it was like this massive house. I think that would be a really cool concept. I feel like that would be something really cool for them to start doing with the smaller characters. But I'm not going to ask for too much, but I would love to get some new Victorian style items in the interior, obviously fitting the traditional animated movie. So as I was saying, going on to the realm, because we're going to stick with kind of the furniture side of things, it could be a realm, it could not be. We don't know. However, I think it is probably quite likely. Usually the first update of the year is a realm. If we go by kind of the last couple of years, like last year we got Aladdin and Jasmine as the first update of the year. The year before that we got Mike and Sully, both in realms. Sometimes they do mix and match their order. They were very strict on it at one point. It was always realm, not realm, realm, not realm, alternating. But last year they did change that up a bit and did some like doubles and things like that. So it might not be, you never know. But I think because it is two characters and they're not linked to anyone else in the valley that we have currently, I think a realm is probably a good shout. Now, if I was going to give a guess for the kind of realm storyline, or at least how I would kind of interpret it, I think it'd be really, really nice if we had a kind of scenario where we were in this kind of village style area similar to you see in the movie, and we have to find a fine lady first. She tells us that Tramp's in trouble, he's gone to the pound, we need to kind of help save him, and we work with her to basically get him out of the pound. I think that would be a really, really fun concept, obviously would fit the movie, and I think that could be quite a nice style of realm to create. I think they haven't really made like a city realm yet, and I think it'd be quite nice to have a very like built up realm, and obviously with realms these days they are making them a lot bigger and a lot more detailed than they ever have before, so I think it'd be really nice for them to do that. They could obviously use some of the like city buildings that they made for Gamma Gulch in Wish Blossom Ranch, which obviously, as you can see here, I'm using one of them. If they just recolored that and used a bunch of those, they could create a really nice city for the realm. So that would be what I'd like to see, and obviously lots of new items that could go into Scrooge's as well. Now moving on to the characters themselves, I'm so excited to see what both Lady and Tramp look like. I hope they are obviously as accurate as possible to the animated movie, which I don't doubt they will be. I think they're going to be so cute, and I think they're going to be quite a nice size as well, not too small, not too big, because I'm not a huge fan of the smaller characters, but I am excited to see what they look like. And obviously when it comes to their friendship rewards, it's hard to really know what would be main things for them. Obviously, if we didn't have this little table that I have here that we got in a Star Path a couple years ago, and also the little gift we got from the tapestries in Storybook Vale, which is like the one lady comes in when she's a puppy, I feel like they would have been good friendship rewards, but alas they will not be. So I think for Lady, I think her level 10, I would love to see a Victorian style dress, really traditional. It's kind of like something you see the mum in the movie, just something really simple and like natural muted colors. It could always match Lady's kind of collar color and like the color of the gift, which is that like really nice pink color. I feel like a kind of link to her in that way would be really, really lovely. That's something I'd love to see, and I just think a traditional dress kind of fits her vibe. On the other hand, when it comes to Tramp, I would love to see a similar outfit, kind of like the Naveen style one we got with the Tiana update, which was those cropped trousers. I will put some images on screen. They're like those brown cropped trousers with the vest shirt and then the flat cap. I would love to see a version of that, but in grey, like grey and black, and maybe a slightly more looser fitting rugged shirt instead of that one. I just feel like Tramp, it makes complete sense to have a more masculine outfit, something with trousers, and obviously fitting those kind of grey and black colours. I just think would be really, really fun for him and kind of make sense for his character, because Lady and the Tramp are kind of very opposite each other, so it'd be nice for them to have very different vibes with their outfits. Now, as I said, for their other friendship rewards, I don't really have any main things in mind. There's not anything really iconic from the movies that we haven't already got. For example, the little dining table, I think it's probably one of the most iconic things from the film that we could have got. But for their friendship rewards, I would love to see maybe just some, like a little kennel with one of them could be quite cute, like a little kennel with Lady's name on it, would be really, really sweet. I'd love to see kind of like some cushions or things like that, or some dining stuff, just some really cute kind of interior and exterior items. But it is quite difficult with these two to come up with some really like iconic items I'd love to see. So if you guys can think of any that I'm missing, I would love to know. I haven't seen the film in a very long time, but I'm trying to think of like the main things that stick in my brain. So those would probably be kind of the things I'd like to see, but I'm kind of happy for them to surprise us when it comes to their other friendship rewards. The final thing I'm going to talk about is obviously the Star Path. Now, sometimes the Star Path is related to the update, and sometimes it is completely rogue and has no relation at all. Recently, we've been kind of having Star Paths that do really kind of tie into the updates, or at least seasonally tie in. Obviously, the Halloween and Winter Star Path tend to be fit those themes. They don't really fit the characters, whereas other times of the year we seem to get star paths that really do fit those characters. So I would love to see a Lady and the Tramp kind of theme star path. My main hope, which is what I've put down, is a Victorian romance style star path. I'd love to kind of see items very similar to what we got in the Dapper Delight star path with Tiana, but obviously catered to that different time period, but very similar things like kitchen counters, dining tables, stoves, benches, like little seating areas, things that are really cozy and quaint but would go really, really well in a little like village city with that Victorian kind of style to them. I think would be really, really lovely. For a companion, honestly, I have no real hopes. I just hope it's something cute, to be honest. I'd love to see it be a critter that we haven't had many of, because we do seem to be getting a lot of the same ones. So I would love to see maybe like a bird or a rabbit again, something a bit more rogue that we haven't seen in a while, or even one from one of the DLCs would be great. As well as that, for the house skin, I am not too sure what I'd like to see, honestly. I think it'd be quite cute to have like another Victorian style home, but I feel like it might just be too many at that point. But I feel like that could be cute. I think the main way I would love to see the star path would be kind of similar how they did with the Mike and Sully one, which was the Lovely Monsters star path, which was half Monsters Inc. and half Valentine's. I think that again would be really, really lovely, but kind of like half that Lady and the Tramp traditional city feel, and the other half that romantic Valentine's feel, but blended together. I think they would work so well together. I really love the Lovely Monsters star path. Some of my favourite items are from that, including this little dining table. So I really would love to see another callback to that. That would be my hope, would be like a romantic city Lady and the Tramp vibe. As I said, lots of dining stuff, lots of like quaint benches and book nooks, and obviously some Lady and the Tramp stuff like a kennel and things like that. But that would be my main hope. When it comes to character skins, I would love to see something for Lady and something for Tramp. Something really, really cute for them to wear. As long as it's not Mickey and Friends, I'm happy. I cannot have another dream style for Minnie Mouse. I'm sorry, I can't. But I would love to, yeah, see something for Lady and Tramp. And if not, just something maybe like a romantic style outfit for some of the other characters. Obviously not ones that we've got loads of dream styles for. I would love to see some other characters getting some love. Like there's a lot of characters who don't have any dream styles still. Like Mirabelle was one of the first characters in the game. She still doesn't have one. So it'd be nice to see them kind of push the boat out this year and go for some characters that have not got any dream styles and kind of create a brand new concept that's not taken from that character's movie, and be really, really creative with it, because I think that'd be really, really fun. So that is everything that I wanted to cover. Obviously, if there's anything I have missed or anything you guys would love to see, please let me know down below. I really want to know your ideas, because I bet some of you will place your ideas in there and I'll be like, oh my god, how did I not think of that? That is amazing. I have absolutely no doubt about that. So please do let me know down below. If you're excited for the Lady and the Tramp update, let me know that as well. I am also excited, and hopefully we don't have too long to wait. Hopefully it is only a couple weeks, and I'm very excited to explore that with you guys as well. Make sure you like and subscribe for more cozy content from me. Thank you so much for all the support on my channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!